Yeah, it is. It's deplorable, and it's sad. Like you mentioned earlier, it's like the family didn't find out exactly what happened until someone read it on the news. If they like the new outro to the song, it'll be uploaded on the day this episode gets released. What do you think? Good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Did you like it?
I liked it. I was jamming to it, dude. Not to me.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. It took a little bit to write the lyrics,
It's catchy
but
too. And I could feel the vibes to it. I'm like, ooh, and then I love the music too because I was like, it definitely reminds me of like my childhood.
exactly. So I hope everyone who's going to be listening to this episode, you hope you like that song, because we are here, another episode to the Convoluted Podcast, joined with Liz. How has your week been? I know we've had a pre-show talks, and you have major updates to your calendar. Why did I say calendar like that?
I don't know. I love it. I'm excited. Right? Well, it's kind of chaotic training people and juggling around things. It's what it is, right? But it's life, and I'm been kind of like just like looking for the little adventures in life lately. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like I'm ready. I'm ready to go out and have some fun and take some time back. I had a little bit of downtime to recoup, and now I'm like, all right, let's get back to the grind.
I know that feeling. I think we both had that feeling after COVID. We were just, even though you and me were going out for work, it wasn't the same. I think we really blasted early post-pandemic to going out, and then we kind of like tapered off a little bit. Then at least for me myself, these last couple weeks, because of my back, I'm like, I can't do anything. So stuck. I can't even stream. I wasn't able to stream. So like the one thing like I wanted to do, I couldn't even do. So I'm like, and then just a small update to any listener or viewer of this. I did have a little bit of a stumble this week. A little like what's the word? It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minor setback.
Yeah, minor setback. So my PT has rearranged our like workouts and schedule how to handle that. Because when you think you're getting better, it's like you maybe should slow it down a little bit. So I've had a little bit of a setback, but I'm not deterred. I was a little bit disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to get to that level of normalcy. Would be nice. I went to the movies. I thought I was getting better. I was still a little bit sore after the movies because it's a 2-hour long movie, and even sitting in a 2-hour movie, you can get a little bit uncomfortable with those cinema seats. So with my back, I tolerated it, but like I said, I was a little deterred, but new workout schedule to hopefully get myself back to doing a regular job, because I am getting tired of just being like sideshow is not really a thing.
Stand around body.
It was joking at the beginning, saying I was just supervising her was fun, but now it's getting like I kind of want to do something. Like I'm just annoying just being in the backdrop a little bit. I'm working, but it's just like I want to do stuff. But that's been my little bit of an update there. Besides that, as you might have noticed, we also, besides the new song of the outro, I hope you guys like that. It should be, like I said, it should be released either the morning before this episode or after. I'll figure that out afterwards. But also the new cover art for it. I was hoping this week to finish up the season 7 merch, but I'm still working on that because myself, I've had some, like I said, this week was more hectic than I thought, on the opposite side compared to Liz. Just a lot of cleanup and stuff like that.
It was hectic, don't get me wrong.
But yeah. Besides that, yeah. Anything else, Liz, you want to talk
No,
about.
I'm just looking for the adventures that are coming. I can't believe in like 3 weeks we'll be out camping soon, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, yes, that should be fun. Okay. So there's one major story definitely I want to get to, but we'll save that for the last because it's just kind of continuing a little bit of what we talked about last week. But a bit of a
Yes,
tangent. I want to get your opinion because I've been glued in, like I've been on it to see every point possible, as you know, to see what's out there, and I've been looking for statements, so we'll be going through those. And then I want to, you haven't, like I said, you probably haven't been. Have you heard anything about? We'll bring it up here. The whole
No, I
Mr.
have
Beast situation.
not. Well, we talked about a little bit last week. That was the only thing. I haven't had the chance to look at news. I have, but I looked at it and it was too depressing to even look at it. I had to close it out. I was like, nope, I don't feel this today.
Yeah, we'll be talking
No,
about
I have
the.
not had a chance to sit back. I have not been able to even sit down to look at news. So
Yeah, like I said,
we're just going.
we'll talk about the Mr. Beast situation a little later. This is a little bit more more dense of a topic. There's a lot to talk about, and to get your fresh take on it, and then kind of get my input on what I found throughout the thing. Before that, we have other stories we want to get to that we missed. Is there anything you want to start off with? Oh, what? I just saw some of the ones you posted.
Which one do you want to go for first?
Start with that Burger King one. That surprised me. I was just.
You don't ever hear really about Burger King in the news, right?
Yeah, Burger King has been.
In the background, I'm slowly fading out.
It's been,
this, right?
Yeah,
it's coming down. It's coming down the pipeline. Whatever we like it to say it or not, but it's true. It's coming.
Yeah, because it used to be what? It used to be McDonald's and Burger King, right? Those were the big two. But it feels like McDonald's has been top dog for a very long time, and it's been a while since Burger King has made any like I'm here.
And look at that shit.
Hasn't made any news. It made not really happy news. It's all kind of been sad down.
And then the only other restaurants burger wise have been like Wendy's, that's been popping off a little bit, and then your more kind of specialty ones like Five Guys and stuff like that. But when you think fast food, but when you think fast food, you think McDonald's, because before it used to be McDonald's or Burger King. It's now just McDonald's at this point.
Yeah, they haven't really been hitting it off, that's for sure. But we also know they're bankruptcy and probably closing most of all, if not all, of their locations. So.
But why are we talking about Burger King today, though, Liz?
Burger King location temporarily closes after 4-year-old finds blood on kids' meal. This is not okay. A Burger King restaurant in Buffalo, New York area shut down last week after a customer's 4-year-old daughter found human blood on her meal.
Ugh, God, that's disgusting. Like I personally already get annoyed when I find a pickle when I order no pickles. You know?
I get really disgusted when I find a hair in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't eat my food.
But
Buffalo area Tiffany Boyd recently told a local news outlet that she and her daughter made the shocking discovery after getting food at Burger King drive-thru in Gettsville, New York last Friday. Boyd described how her daughter initially complained that there was ketchup on her burger. However, upon further inspection, they found it to be blood. Someone has to be accounted for this. This is not okay, the mother told WIBB News.
I hope not.
Boyd recalled telling her daughter to spit out the food immediately, so not as to ingest any of the blood. I saw there was blood everywhere. She continued noting it was inside the bag, on the toy, on the fries, everywhere. It's like somebody took a cut and just started to keep working with the blood on their hands, and even though they were not even acknowledging that they're bleeding onto the food. Let's just keep packing. I'm bleeding. It's okay.
Aren't they supposed to be wearing like gloves back there or something? You know?
I thought so too, or at least hand washing and making sure their hands are bandaged up, right?
Yeah.
The mother shared a video of the incident on TikTok the day it happened, explaining what transpired and warning her viewers to always check their orders when they get them. The social media clip went viral, getting nearly 8 million views and over a million likes shortly after it was posted. As she explained on TikTok, the mother immediately called the restaurant to complain. Someone at the restaurant explained to her that an employee accidentally cut themselves while preparing food and also to offer Ford a refund. Ford was not satisfied with simply getting her money back. She filed a complaint with the local health department. Yeah, I don't understand. If you're seeing yourself bleeding on the food, why didn't you take the food? Like, oh,
Or
hold
throw it
on, we
away.
got to make new food.
Yeah, just throw
You
it
know?
away. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, this is worker incompetence. Like, I get, okay, these workers aren't like the fast food is not the easiest job, but it's pretty streamlined for the most part.
Yeah.
And I know they're rushed a lot, right? But when a point where you are bleeding, your hand is bleeding, and you're touching food, you should like throw away the food, not like
Walk
and then
away, get a manage, have somebody else take over. I mean, that's just as simple as it is, right?
like how
That's
bad
what I would do personally.
like how bad is that Burger King where it's like, hey, you're bleeding, I keep working. like
I know.
and the thing is, like, it's the thing is, you shouldn't be worrying. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about like getting home and finding something that's not in your food. Like, you should just be able to like take a bite of your food when you get it, right? That's all you need to do. Like,
Well, usually most times, if you're feeding a toddler, you're like, eat, so I don't have to hear you annoy me, or I know you're hungry. Stop being a brat, kind of thing.
so yeah, it's very disappointing, and when these types of stories pop up, because it could have been avoided completely. It just would have been a tossed food. Worker gets cleaned up, go back to work, new sandwich made, nothing happened. That's it. That's how easy
I feel like
that.
this is so many OSHA violations so badly.
Oh no! So
The
yeah,
health department is going to be on him.
well, good thing they were. So what else happened? Is there anything more cleared?
They did not follow the proper steps after getting cut or anything, but this cannot happen again. You know, my 4-year-old to experience this is terrible, told the outlet. According to the WIB News, the mother called the health department of Niagara County, despite the Burger King being in Erie County, and prompted a Niagara County sanitarian to call the Getsville restaurant to investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like in a statement that was shared to Fox News Digital, the fast food giant described how employee of the Getsville location injured themselves on the job and added that the location will be closed over the weekend of July 27th for the cleaning and training for employees.
Damn. Okay.
But we're deeply upset and concerned to learn of this incident. We have been in contact with the guest and working with her to resolve this incident. This incident was a result of a team member in the restaurant who injured his finger and, upon noticing, immediately stepped away. Not close enough.
Damn. Well, at least things are getting settled there. Like, but it happened. That's a problem. Like, it should never have should have happened. That to me, that seems like it could have been very easily avoided. Like that.
Well, it just seems to get worse as you read this article.
Does it?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Well,
It's like, Ford is reportedly still distraught about the incident. She reportedly told people that their daughter needs to get blood work done every month to ensure she does not have HIV or hepatitis.
okay, that's true.
That's traumatizing.
That's scary.
And then the fact that she said, I tried to give her food, she thinks there's blood in it.
Oh yeah, that's scary. That's sad because that traumatized the kid.
Yeah, 4 years old. No kidding.
Now that's because that's now ingrained in her brain.
Yeah. Oh, there's blood in it. Damn it, I can't have that food.
No more blood pudding.
God.
No more blood pudding. No ketchup. No.
Blood pudding is actually blood pudding.
You know what I mean? It's blood. A joke, Liz. It's a joke. Come on. Like, thank you, everyone. Joke.
Not a single fuck was given
crazy.
this day.
That's sad. I feel sorry for the little kid too involved.
Yeah, they're the one that are getting affected. Like, she's the one that got mostly affected with that feeling, because yeah, definitely at that around those ages, you start to develop those things, and that just kind of like
Kind
gonna
of
be a
sets the
thing.
tone for the rest of your life. It's gonna be a lot of like fighting, like this is not blood. This is not blood.
Like
No.
no, it's just red. Like no reds. Basically, no liquid reds.
Yeah, tomato sauce out the door. Pizza. Oh, that's gonna be sad. That is really sad. Unless they make it at home and be like, "Here, here's my hands are clean. Here, watching put the pizza sauce on."
Okay, so let's continue with another story. Let's start these two stories with cops. I want to start with the bicycle one, and then we'll talk about the one with
Illinois one. I see it there.
So this one is a video that shows a fugitive wanted since 1994. So they were being stopped for a minor
Almost
bike
30 years of getting away. 30 years. You think about it. 30 years ago.
I don't. So let's see here. So what happened here? Newly released body cam footage shows that the moment the police stopped a man for a minor bite infraction in Iowa, before learning he was a convicted rapist wanted for more than 30 years in Wisconsin, West Des Moines. Is that it?
West Des Moines.
West Des Moines. Police stopped Greg Hardler, or just call him George.
Hardle Road.
I'll just call him George. George, 71. Old. Oh, for not having a reflector on his bicycle on June 26, according to the multiple media reports. Have you ever been stopped for a bike infraction?
No.
I have.
I've never been stopped because I've always make sure I have reflectors or a light or something to kind of say, hey, I'm here.
Or bicycle.
I've always had that.
Helmet?
For all my bikes.
Helmet
always on.
So we were
too many horror stories with those ones.
We were ruffian kids who always rode our bike with no helmet, just going crazy. And remember, we used to just like race around in like parking lots and then kick each other to knock them off. Like we do races, like extreme races. I forget what we called them. Well, maybe we did call them extreme races, where you would bike and try to kick them off, and you would like try not. Remember, this is concrete roads, and we just do that. No helmets, no knee pads, just doing good.
I mean, the only time we ever wore helmets was in our without helmets was in our neighborhood. I'll attest to that. We didn't wear helmets when we lived in our neighborhood, but yeah.
But the time I got an infraction, because you're kids, you had those back pegs and stuff, so you had your friends in the back, bicycling and stuff like. There were times where you would bike with someone, because there was front pegs too, right? So there was always that kid who had.
You always get a reflector in the front and the reflector in the back. Usually, most bikes are built with them.
No, but those pegs where you would have the people to hold them. You'd have someone on the back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like but weren't they originally used for like people who did like tricks on the bike?
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it for that. You would have someone ride the back. And then there was that one kid who would always have both on front and back, so you would have 2-3 people on one bike. So what I got stopped for was because when I was biking, I had my sister on the front of my handlebars as we were biking. And I think it was like a $75 ticket.
For parents.
Oh no, I got the ticket.
Yeah, but you were a kid. How would you be able to pay?
No, I wasn't a kid. I would think I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
So luckily I didn't have to pay a ticket. I just had to do driving school for a bike ticket, but
okay.
But I got that done. It was like a 2-hour class, got it done and turned in my certificate and done. But did that stop me? No, it did not. Did not. But anyways, continuing on. In the footage obtained by USA Today, George is heard giving the officers a false name, social security number. Why did he do that? That's usually just okay. He also claimed to have lived in Iowa for 2 decades as the police continued to question him. All right, brother, time to be honest with me, okay? An officer heard, questioning George in the video. So if the info you gave me comes back to be a dead guy. So who are you? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause for a second. So yeah, he gave dead people information. That's kind of how you kind of get away with things. So eventually, George revealed that his real identity to the officer. When they ran his name, the officer discovered that he's been wanted by authorities in Wisconsin since 1994. George is a convicted rapist in a 1983 case. Ooh, even further, 10-year case. So the case is 40 years old now?
Almost 50.
50?
Yeah, almost 40. Yeah, 94 would be 30, so yeah.
40-year-old case. Talk about cold cases, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Police arrested George, who was unhoused. Okay, doesn't matter. The Wisconsin Department of Corrections told the TV station that George served 5 years in prison before later escaping a halfway house. He had been wanted ever since. George is currently at the Dane County Jail in Madison, Wisconsin. According to inmate records, his only listed charge is parole violation. The jail inmate database shows. Okay, wow. West Des Moines police told USA Today that the agency was unable to comment on a warrant status for other agents other than confirming the George was in the Dane County Jail. A spokesman for the sheriff office said, "I don't have any further information of his status or what led up to him being booked in jail." Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can't get away, even 30 years later.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. So, we've read stories where people like only a few bit, but 30 years, wow. It's one of those things where
71. Wow. Did we think that we did this?
It makes you wonder, what made, how you stay away from all of this for so long. Like, how you stay hiding or just watching your back. That's the only thing that makes me wonder. Here, I'm gonna play the audio for
Unless
listeners.
You're homeless like he was houseless, as I said. It's the only way you can escape things as long as you don't draw attention to yourself, right?
That's true. All right, so I'm gonna play the audio of him being pulled over.
You know that, but you got an ID on you real quick, just so I can say stop to talk with you. I need some way to verify it. So, what state? Do you know a state that you've had a DL out of?
What?
Nothing at all. It came back.
I was going to stop on my way back and I got done.
Partner, I just met you. How? All right, brother. Time to be honest with me, okay? So the info you give me comes back to a dead guy. So who are you? I'll loosen this up. He thinks I'm gonna leave it with him or something. So.
Okay, there you guys go. Just a little bit of a clip, just to.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where you'll eventually get caught. You'll get caught. But let's talk about another police incident that happened here. You want to read this one?
Is it the Illinois one?
Yes.
Illinois police released body cam video of a fatal shooting of a black woman in her home. Man, she looks like an innocent old lady in the start of that video.
Okay.
Body cam footage showing a fatal police shooting of Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old woman. Oh, she's not even old. I just can't tell from that angle. Who called 911 for help, was released Monday in case that was led to the murder charges against a deputy. This 36-minute video released via the Illinois State Police includes body cam footage from each of the two Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies who responded to Massey's house after midnight on July 6th, after Massey called 911 to report a possible prowler at her home in Springfield, and according to a court document filed by prosecutors. In the footage, Deputy Sean Grayson and another deputy speak calmly with Massey in her home when she goes to the stove to turn off the boiling water. She then picks up the pot and the deputy steps back away from her hot steaming water. He says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," she says in response.
Bruh.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she repeats. You better fucking not, or I swear, God, I'll fucking shoot you in the fucking face, Grayson says.
Not a single
He then
fuck
draws
was
his
given
fire
this
and points it
day.
at her. She ducks and says, I'm sorry, while lifting the pot. The video shows, stop the fucking pot, both deputies yell. 3 shots are heard. After a few seconds of silence, one deputy says shot fired and called for emergency medical services. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And okay. Look, it came right to your feet, too, Grayson said. Minutes after the shooting, Grayson speaks to another law enforcement figure. She had a boiling water and came at me with boiling water, he says in the video. She said she was just going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water. CNN was sought comment for Grayson's attorney. The release of the video comes about 2 weeks after the fatal shooting and just days after Grayson was charged in her death. Grayson, 30, was indicted by a grand jury last week on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count against aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He was entered a not guilty plea and was denied pretrial release according to the court records. Massey is one of the number of Black women who have been killed by police in their own homes in recent years, including Breonna Taylor and Tiana Jefferson. At a news conference Monday afternoon, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represents Massey's family, connected her death to other cases of police violence against Black people across the U.S. Until we get justice for Sonia Massey, we rebuke this discrimination criminal justice system in the name of Jesus, he said.
Okay, so we'll start. We'll start. Let's clip there and then we'll read it a little bit afterwards. But yeah, it's like one of the things where you call for help to the point where the help is the one that takes you out. This is not, like it mentions in this article, this is not the first. It's probably not going to be the last time something like this happens. It's kind of the reason.
I don't know what her situation was, but it sounded like she was in a mental state of crisis.
No, it was. She
should have handled it different.
I wonder if this article mentions it, but she was not right in the head. So I don't want to be like do a proper like give the diagnosis because I know I read in other articles that she was just not like was not right 100% there.
Again, more training for the police to be on this shit, man.
And it's not like I said, it's one of those things where it's like this is not an old story. This is a story that we talk about day in and day out so many times.
I guess that's why I'm almost avoiding the news. It's just so sad and so depressing lately. Innocent people getting killed and yeah.
And then let's see. So what led up and what's the aftermath? What's happening? So Grayson did not activate his body cam until after he fatally shot Macy, according to charging documents. The other deputy had activated his body cam when he first arrived at the scene. Document states, according to the footage from the other deputy's camera, the incident began with the deputy walking around Macy's yards and finding a vehicle with a broken window. Then they knocked on the door and speak with her, and she struggled to understand and answer some questions about the vehicle and about herself. As they speak in her living room, the deputies not noted the pot on the stoves. One says, "We do not need a fire while we're here." Macy gets up and turns off the stove, and the shooting then follows. Immediately after the shooting, the video records Grayson telling her partner Macy would not need medical help. The other deputy says he's going to get a medical kit to help, but Grayson responds, "Nah, she's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot."
Bruh.
Grayson later goes to his vehicle to get his own medical supplies. When he gets back to the house, he asks if there's anything he can do, but it is told no. Alright, I'm not going to waste med stuff then. Then next, Grayson leaves the house and speaks to a group of law enforcement officers. "Yeah, I'm good. That fucking bitch is crazy," he said, according to the footage. In the news conference Mondays, along with members of her family, Cramp and Macy's had mental condition challenging but not aggressive towards deputies. She had needed a helping hand, but he said, and she did not need a bullet to the face. That's, I agree. Macy's father, James Woodburn, said he initially received conflicting information from the law enforcement. "I was under the impression that the prowler had broken in and killed my baby. Never did they say that it was a deputy involved shooting until my brother read it to the internet. They didn't even know until they read it.
Wow. Wow. They're gonna own up to their own damn mistake. Wow. That's sad.
We were led to
That's
believe
fucking sad.
we were led to believe that the intruder or someone from the neighborhood may have been have killed her. We were absolutely shocked to find out it was the deputy who shot her. Wilbur told CNN Laura Coates on the Monday night. You're used to having the talk with the boys, but now I have to have the talk to our girls about their interaction with the police. Wilbur said that his daughter's death had left him heartbroken. Sonia was daddy's girl, never ended a conversation, whether by text or telephone or in person, without saying, "Daddy, I love you." And that's the last message I have from my daughter that's saved on my voicemail was, "Daddy, I love you." Trump told Laura Kreutz that he expected the release of the video showing the heinous killing of the innocent woman to galvanize the community. It seemed senseless. I mean, it's disturbing. The video is reminiscent of the last presidential cycle of 2020, when George Floyd video, encouraged our community to act. In 2024's election, I believe Sonia Macy's video is going to encourage the community to act because Sonia Macy deserved better than this, Trump said. But yeah, it's going to be one of the things where it's just going to be another thing that's be politicized. Hopefully for a good reason, but it's just another, like I said, it's been, what is it? It's in 2020, so it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years and it's still happening. Like,
Nothing's changing.
and nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. And like we talked about in our bonus episodes, if you guys want to check that, nothing's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and listen to the bonus episode if you want to hear more about that. But yeah, it is it's deplorable. And it's sad, like you mentioned earlier, it's like the family didn't find out exactly what happened until someone read it on the news.
That they couldn't own up to their damn mistake. They couldn't own up to it. They couldn't even tell the family straight up to their faces. That even looks worse.
Definitely. I agree.
That looks worse on them. They should have acted out. They should have said, "Hey, this is what really happened."
But no, then
they had to hear it the roundabout way. That just makes shittier. That just makes shit on all of it.
I understand why they couldn't, because then it would be admitting fault, Liz. Lawyer talk. Can't admit fault.
I know, but
yeah. So continue. So you can continue the rest.
Since the shooting, local and state officials have criticized the deputy's action as an unjustified use of deadly force. A review of the Illinois State Police investigation into the shooting does not support a finding that Grayson was justified in his use of a deadly force, the state attorney of the county, John Milheiser, in his new July 17th news release. In the court document filed by the state last week, prosecutors said a use of force expert had to review the body cam footage and concluded that the use of deadly force was not justified. The expert likened the scenario to an officer intentionally and unnecessarily putting himself in front of a moving vehicle and then justifying use of force because of a fear of being struck, the prosecutors wrote.
Fuck me, right?
Damn. The sheriff's office said that if it has fired Grayson, it is clear that the deputy did not act as trained or in accordance with our standards. Wow. CNN expert offered similar analysis. Effective policing comes down to good judgment in highly stressful situations, said Josh Campbell, CNN security correspondent and former federal agent. Although being doused with scalding water would warrant the use of deadly force by an officer to stop a threat in this video, we certainly don't see officers attempting alternative options such as moving away and creating a distance between themselves and Massey.
That's all. Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Yeah, you should kind of
all it is putting yourself away from the situation. Okay, here's the amount of space. Okay, well, I'm gonna step out in the living room. She's in the kitchen.
Yeah, just get away from the situation. Like, don't escalate the situation. Really?
Yeah. When I go to talk to patients who are marked as violent, I won't be anywhere in arm's reach of them. I won't ever be in like any way they can like even if they can toss themselves off the bed towards me. Like, I'm so far enough they can't reach me. I mean, that's the whole situation. Yeah, it's like when you're in a fight, you put more stance against each other, right? There's more space, right?
Exactly. Like, yeah, he like they mentioned earlier, you put yourself in that situation you could have avoided.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continue.
There are a number of ways to avoid this. We're starting with better tactics from the outset, said CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analysis John Miller. But even if you forgive that and the observations to the last few seconds, there are a few options of a calmer dialogue, more distance between the subject and them as a taser rather than a firearm. Grayson had worked at 6 different law enforcement agencies in Illinois since 2020. What the fuck?
Well, read that
According to
again.
Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. He's been at 6 law enforcement agencies in 4 years.
Nobody wanted to keep him. He was the wild card.
My name is Jeff.
That should have said something even after the first 2. Like, okay, first 2, third, oh god, that should be a red flag.
I think we get the gist of the story. It's once again just it's just once again just a innocent civilian being attacked and brutally murdered, basically, by the people who are supposed to be protecting us. And then people wonder why people don't trust the cops. You know? People wonder.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, there's some good cops out there, obviously catching that serial rapist, but I mean, like, but you know, still, like, there's got to be some sort of. It just really, it really just it is sad. It's saddening that we can't trust our own police.
true. It just, yeah, when you want to call for help, like, they will help, but then you never know what might happen.
Yeah. Will it backfire? Literally. Bite you in the ass.
But yeah, any final thoughts on that story?
No, I feel my heart breaks out for these people every time I hear a story like that, and I can't bear to read the news because when I hear like some innocent was killed, they're calling the cops. It really breaks my heart, and I fight it. I fight it so hard.
That's why we
Not
do
wanting
this
to,
show.
like, I know.
We have to let the people know. Because some people don't know. And that's how messed up the world is. All right, let's continue then. Let's continue with someone breaking our hearts even more, Liz. So, okay, so as we talked about last week, of all those creators, the whole Cody Code, Dr. Disrespect, and Ava Chris Tyson, we briefly mentioned a little bit of Mr. Beast kind of being roped into the whole Ava Chris Tyson situation. Have you heard anything recent as we last talked?
No. Mm-mm.
So there's a
Like I said,
video.
I haven't really been on the news too much, but I also haven't really haven't had the time either.
Okay, so we're
How's it
gonna we're gonna jump into a video, and we're gonna be reacting to a video that popped off called "I Worked for Mr. Beast. He's a Fraud." So Liz will get her first react. I've seen this a few times at this point already. But yeah, give us 1
I'm
second.
not looking forward to this.
Okay, before we jump into the video, what is your current opinion of Mr. Beast? As
I love his philanthropy. Upset right now with it, that his co-star best friend was not a good guy, a good person.
Well, is that really on him?
No, it's not on him. But no.
But yeah, it's understandable. It's a little disappointing. But yeah. All right, we'll give us 1 second, everyone. We're gonna jump into this video. There we go. For some reason it wasn't. All right, everyone. We are back, and we'll get started.
We're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this name.
Oh, the guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
Lottery for money.
To the point of these gambling,
people's
You
lives.
don't have to pay anything to enter legitimate
How is this legal? I don't get it. It's a scam.
Hundreds of forged or fake signatures.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
That's some pretty good work. They're doing some really good work on this video. It looks nice. All right, so let's see what they.
I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that.
Wonder why they're rushing
the video. So this is part one into my investigation into MrBeast. I recorded this before the Chris stuff came out. I was also going to come out about the Chris stuff probably in part 2 or 3.
So apparently this is
a lot of people saying.
So this is apparently a multi-parter. So we'll see. But like I said, we're currently going to react to this first one. If you guys want us to talk about and figure out more, let us know in the comments. To see if you guys want us to continue seeing what this is all about. But let's find out what Liz thinks initially. And it's
like, oh, if you knew, why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you go to the authorities?
What?
I was gonna say, obviously they didn't sign an NDA.
I think all MrBeast employees sign NDAs. Is that the thing?
Well, I was going to come forward, and also like going to the authorities isn't going to work because what are you going to say? Like you heard rumors that this person is this way or that. You know, there's obviously evidence of like the shad-based stuff.
I don't like
that's been out for a while. People have internally known at the company that
yes,
like, Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company.
And to kind of go a little over the Chris, because apparently in the last couple times since we've talked about it, over 3,000 Discord messages have been released, which make everything way worse. Like there's logs and logs of them in communications and inside the Discord server, and just horrific things that should not be said with minors present. You know, it's like if you're in your friend group and that's your humor, some of it's even still questionable. But even then, with minors around, they're like, that's pretty bad. You know? So, but yeah, there has been a lot that's been leaked. Maybe we can talk about it in the bonus episode. There's a video that kind of goes over that. We can talk about it more because it's a lot more serious, I would say. But let's continue with just the MrBeast stuff. So now MrBeast has been roped in, and a lot of people have been saying that this is. A lot have been speaking out because of the whole Ava Chris Tyson, because now, because like I said before, that MrBeast was kind of being pulled into the whole controversy, even though he shouldn't have. But now people are thinking, there's a way to take down a giant, basically. Well, there's a weak point to him.
There's a can of worms already starting to open. It was already open, and it's kind of
exactly now.
Everybody else came in and.
Exactly.
Opened it up.
Let's continue.
And Pandora box open.
Protects her, and they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew. So, you know, which I think that's more of a red flag than anything I'm going to reveal in this video. But, you know, those messages happen in like MrBeast Discords, and yeah, I don't know. It's a mess when like MrBeast contestants are being exposed to like minor attracted persons, and the company's protecting them. You know, there's a big emphasis at the company of like how to.
You know what minor attracted person is, right? Okay, as long as you know. Yeah.
A pedo kind of way, basically.
Yeah, basically it's a way. So that's kind of a way to get away with YouTube not saying that word. Basically, you just say minor attracted person. Basically, it's just a long way to say it, which makes it also sound bad too. But.
Manipulate children, like understanding their psychology and everything, and like seeing that.
I don't like how he's framed this. It just makes it look a lot creepier. He's like in a cornfield or something.
Social relationships and
like I don't know. Like, he could have just filmed it normally.
These people and
you know,
maybe it's as nefarious as it gets, or maybe it goes deeper. Anyway, here's an old podcast clip of Jimmy explaining that he knows that his audience is young. Which is an old clip. You could say like his audience grew up. I would say he's gained most of his audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Also, this clip really just shows that like he understands the YouTube analytics are bullshit because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24, but I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their, you know, like.
Well, yeah, and then I have like a fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Now, Mr. Beast.
Damn, old Mr. Beast when he was not too long ago. He's pretty young still. He's in his like mid-20s. Well, that was a couple of years ago. He was probably early 20s, late teens. But let's get into the meat of the matter.
Intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. Mr. Beast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with Mr. Beast in a way that benefits Mr. Beast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, right? You would. It's one of those things where it's just you're providing your audience with an illusion of the potential, right? Because he's made it true in a sense in the videos, right? Like the way we see him online that's how he's being presented. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I get it. Yeah, it's reality TV being falsified.
I don't know.
I mean, if you falsified persona, I mean, you think about it, it's not all of it's true. You don't see the whole picture, right? You never see the whole picture.
Okay.
People are devout followers of Mr. Beast. They get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what Mr. Beast tells you, and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a Mr. Beast employee. So young, impressionable viewers are made to believe that Mr. Beast is a trusted authority who can give them big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what Mr. Beast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Trust me.
That's true. You get that sense of like you're putting a trust in a individual because that's how it's being portrayed to you, right? This is how it's being advertised to you. Like he showed a little bit earlier. Here.
These young viewers are.
Where is it?
Products or act in some.
Like, yeah, if you subscribe, you can be in one of the videos. If you try feasible, you can win 10. Yeah, these are things we've seen and people like, and mostly when it's meant for kids, right? Kids are very impressionable. That is like, kids are stupid. Let's just say it. Kids are stupid.
Well, we were all stupid kids at one point.
So you would you would think this would happen to you. That if I get this, because you've seen it happen. It's not like like old sweepstakes where you see like, oh, there's a $10 million sweepstakes. Like there's a chance and stuff like that. Like you see it, but it's not as quote in quotes authentic, because now there's been multiple videos that you've seen that it is possible if you do it. I think that's where a lot of the things are just that level of distrust now building up. Why does it have to load? I have no idea why it has to load.
Some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Trust Mr. Beast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too. That's the formula. Subscribe for a Lamborghini, and to make ride, you could be in one of these. Subscribe right now, and you might get pictures next video. You might get subscribe, and you might win a free car. Subscribe for a free car. I love all of subscribe, and you can come next time. I might give you $100. Subscribe again. Subscribe, and you.
Yeah, there you go. Basically,
spamming it.
Basically, it's there. Yeah, like it's all right there. Like it is front and center. what more can you say, right?
Yep. I was just saying, maybe we just do that to us. Subscribe now, and you'll be a part of the podcast.
I don't know, Liz. I don't know if it's gonna be help at all.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding, but it's just funny. I'm like, okay, is there a method to this?
You could subscribe that subscribe button. You could also win $100,000. Seriously, we always fly subscribers down. They never fly random subscribers down. Mr. Beast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just...
What are your thoughts on that comment, that his videos are faked? Have you thought, since we've watched a couple together, and you don't actively watch a lot of his other ones, but the ones we did see, did you think they were quote fake?
Possibly.
Yes or no? That's kind of...
No, I didn't think it was fake.
Exactly. Like that's how the videos are presented to you, that they are not fake. And that's when we'll see what he has to say about it. But it's one of those things where we've talked about it, that he spends a good chunk of money to make these videos, and he's not said it just once, but multiple times that none of these videos are fake. So going back to his thing where he's building that level of trust to his audience that, yes, these are real videos, these are not fake, and so you come to believe, like, okay, I trust you that you're saying this is true. And now he's basically broken that level of trust. But we'll see what the evidence is first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a little now skeptical now going into this now?
Yeah, I'm not liking this. I don't like this icky feeling.
Goddamn.
This is meant to be entertainment. A large part of Mr. Beast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's got to be fake.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. Also, if what we had to film was scripted, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at Mr. Beast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk.
What are your thoughts?
I can believe that. Most of it was scripted.
So we'll get into it, but there is also a tweet from a company, a employee that went over some of these points. That I can get into some of them really quick. Like the one where it says the train tracks are CGI and the bus wheels are CGI and the paint is fake. Now, I won't deny, like, people just use CGI to make videos a little bit more, pop off a little bit. So I'm not gonna doubt that. Yeah. That's fine. I see no problem there. It's just to make them like more entertaining. Like, I get it. Like, as long as the action.
You want to attract viewers, basically, right? So you use whatever to
you want to entertain,
right?
You want to entertain. Like that's fun. If it's not actually integral to the actual challenge or thing of the thing, it's just for spectacle. That's fine. The other thing that threw me off is the raccoon is a paid actor. I do not know where he said about this. Clearly, it's not an actor. I think he says this is as a joke. I think it's a joke in this thing. I think he didn't mean it was an actual.
I mean, I've seen that there are people who train animals to be
true
in the shows and movies. So,
but I think as far as what he was saying, I think this was a half joke in this video. But let's continue.
Talk about Mac for a second.
We will die. Do you understand that?
I found public records showing that Mac moved from
California
to Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy is located.
Anyway, so this Mac character everyone's talking about, I don't think we watched a video with him together. but he's been a mainstay in the last couple videos because he was a contestant who lost almost over $1 million because he's lost so many challenges, to then get redeemed in the next one, to have a chance to redeem himself another one, and then he's sometimes in the background, but then he has a chance to redeem himself again, and he's just been doing that. He's like a redemption contestant, right? But then turns out he was just a paid employee.
Jeez.
What are your feelings just kind of hearing that?
Man, this stuff just gets worse and worse.
Because
I don't like this.
Because the idea,
I like the image, damn it.
Because the idea was like any fan could become a contestant. The thing, you have a chance to be a thing. But let's continue then.
Back in August 2023, 2 months before he appeared as a contestant. According to a former MrBeast employee, this is around the time when Max started working full-time on the editing team at MrBeast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. Now, I'm not going to dox him, only some asshole would do something like that.
After doxing and bullying the pilot some more like a f***ing douchebag,
turns to Eric and says, how do I fly this thing? And Eric just starts pushing buttons.
But I did find pictures of this mansion online, so I fed them into ChatGPT and asked it to create similar images. And this is what it came up with. And it's honestly not that far off. His 6,000 square foot $1 million mansion comes with a movie theater and 7 bathrooms.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really gonna change your life.
Max, this is a nice car. Tell me, where are we right now?
We're in the place that we drove to a few minutes ago.
Mac, let's cut the shit here. What have you been doing for like the last year?
A lot of family stuff.
What kind of family stuff?
Just like, playing catch with my dad,
For a year? How do you make money? How are you, surviving?
Basically, my main strategy is I go to grocery store type places.
Grocery store type places?
Yeah, and I basically what I'll do when I get there, I usually get like an amount of food that would feed me for like a week or so, right?
With what money?
The money that I've made.
How did you make it?
Huh? Listen, you're getting too caught up in the details. They'll figure it out. We will die. Do you understand that?
During this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded.
Yeah, it's like that's the point where I get trying to do it's an NDA thing. He probably signed hey, don't say that anything, because you're trying to make entertaining videos, but it's like one of those things where when your concept is what the heck? That was weird.
Let's see. You can.
Yeah, the concept of it's not fake. It's like you are there. It just seems scummy. And then some of these long day challenges, right? Where they're out on sea for 7 days, or stranded on an island for 5 days. These are the videos where it's oh, they are doing these, but let's see what he has to say about these.
Clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night completely soaked...
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake. Or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
I literally think I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
So I get editing things to make it seem more exciting, right? It's just the level of integrity. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts right now?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about that.
How so?
At all, this is that we were. It's sad. It was always too good to be true, but you're hoping that was really good. It was a real show that was really truthful.
All right.
Video.
No.
It's that lie.
It's
still real to me, damn it!
Okay, so Mr. Beast fabricates.
I should probably get that clip.
Dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the videos are just for entertainment only, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right?
Right, Liz? That should be the case. Also, there was a competition where where it was like he gets a bunch of YouTubers together, and one specific YouTuber called him out and went on the bandwagon to call out Mr. Beast, but then she got so much backlash, Rosanna Pencio, she got so much backlash that she had to retract her statement because that's how much she got hate for calling out Mr. Beast. And now,
wow.
And now,
she come back.
She's making a comeback because remember we were talking about the Mr. Beast Amazon Prime competition. There's a whole nother thing happening with that right now because it's being filmed. And good thing me and you didn't sign up for it, Liz, because there's a bunch of people that got hurt and were in like horrible conditions, and they didn't have proper medical staffing, so a lot of people got hurt, and the hospital nearby couldn't keep a lot of them because they were being understaffed. So like people weren't being fed properly, some people weren't getting their medications. Yeah, it's crazy. So good thing we didn't sign up. And then like I said, a lot of people have been reaching out to her to tell their side of the stories. But there's a lot happening, but we can talk about that once more information comes out, but let's continue with anyone can be a contestant.
Wrong. Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to Mr. Beast, and oftentimes friends and family of Mr. Beast employees, or just the employees themselves. And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
Hey, anyone I'm friends with watching that wants to?
Yeah, it's just basically if we were doing this and like, oh, let's do a giveaway or let's do a competition, have someone get money, and we just basically gave it to our friends. It would be nice to give to our friends, but it would be, sometimes there's people out there who need it. And
yeah.
But you're just basically keeping the rich at that point. What are your thoughts on this aspect of this accusation?
It's like, you know somebody, right? And if you're in the end, you're in the end. If you're not in the end, you're screwed. You're out.
That's kind of what it is, yeah. That's the industry we live in, the industry that's out there. That this is the world we live in. Like it's not no secret, it's no secret that this happens. But then just kind of seeing it from someone who built that level of trust to then this now, I think that's what it's getting to everyone.
10 grand?
They are never random subscribers. If you subscribe, you will not win $1 million. And what's even worse is that the results of this video were completely scripted. According to a former Mr. Beast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were Mr. Beast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money. But doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys are blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now,
I think this is the other problem. It's when, like, fixing games, basically. This is where it gets to, because when it comes to challenges, you would think you'd give everyone the same opportunity for certain challenges. Definitely some physical challenges are better for some than others. That's where it can get a little bit iffy. But it's this sense of, like, unfairness, like things are being like rigged against other people. I think that's where a lot of these issues like this, like this, and I get it. You have to make it entertaining, but to get it to this level, like, why? Like,
yeah. So I guess all these other philanthropy didn't exist either.
well, no, getting to the philanthropy, I think it's just like, as much as people want to be good, it's just another way to gain audience. You know, it's just to get your name out there. Like, we talk about it, it's like, it's good that he's doing it, but it's just more like, he's doing something, let's keep watching him. You know, there's never no good deed without a reason.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No good deed goes unpunished, right?
no good deed goes unseen sometimes. Or no, it's not no good deed. It's not no high profile good deed. Like, there's because there's people out there that can donate a couple dollars, but then there's some people who just silently donate a couple $100,000 and don't say anything. Like, some people, like with them, like, they do it for tax purpose reasons. Is it nice that they're doing it? Yes, but they're doing it because they're getting a tax write off. You know, like, it's just yeah.
Now, if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
At another point, he gives the girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left. It doesn't work out, but seeing how much they're willing to help them on camera, I'm willing to believe that they did, in fact, help them off camera. Apparently at the end, they were only monitoring the boys to see if they stepped on the red line and not the girls, so that the girls would win the challenge. And to be clear, obviously the girls had an unfair start with having so many Mr. Beast employees get out immediately. I think they all did deserve $5,000 for that, but also the boys should deserve a fair chance at winning, I think. I think that's the expectation when you run a game show. But hey, that was a while ago, so I'm just glad they're not doing another rigged boys versus girls video. So knowing that Mr. Beast likes the results to be close and that offstage producers can sort of influence how a challenge progresses, I want to show one more example. This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life.
I remember watching this and I thought, that is crazy good. I am excited. I like this concept. And then realize, like, damn, that sucks.
Now immediately the intro is sped up and the timer is clearly added in post, and he clearly touches the laser here, but whatever, let's assume that it's all real time. When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant, and it happens when he's not even touching the valve. The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened, and he's still able to spin it. So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assuming they've tested this, the producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they could sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close. And in this video, spoiler alert, the contestant wins the money, so rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing, but there are many examples of contestants losing. And in traditional media, this kind of rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then we have a standards and practices person. And if you don't know what that is, on any kind of a game show where there is a prize, you have to have somebody that ensures that it's fair. They are.
Yeah, because there was a whole lawsuit that happened with Survivor. And that's kind of what made it like this level of regulation when it comes to competitions and with a prize on the line, right? And it's just like, it's getting very one-sided, but this is not what we're going to jump into. Let's continue.
Out there essentially to make sure that we don't do something that would favor one player or one tribe.
I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game, but it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboard. They had like big ones, medium ones, and small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours. And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all the cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
So I'm up here. Okay, I feel good about this spot.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, Mr. Beast would eliminate me.
He was in the ceiling!
Also, I think some of the Mr. Beast giveaways have been fake, but I'll get to that later. So now that I've explained some of the ways that Mr. Beast lies to build trust with his audience, I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit through running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures,
I want to get to that part.
giving children
we're getting close to the end of our...
A call to action is simply you won without spending money.
Okay,
On August 2nd, call to action giveaway is, at best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams, they are illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines...
Okay, so a lottery is any scheme that contains all three of the following elements and is by definition illegal. Distribution of a prize, something of value to the winner. Determining by chance, distribution of a prize by chance, like he's behind that. And a person who pays consideration paying or doing something to participate. So that idea when you're doing a giveaway, these lotteries, it's like, those like purchase this and you have a chance to win, right? Or
yeah,
and then
it's just like the lottery we do it in a scratch off. You pay to win, or you pay the Powerball or whatever it is. You know,
but then there's
and you gamble basically.
But then there's then there's just giveaways where it's like, oh, if you buy this, you have a chance to win tickets to this movie, right? But then there's always that clause like no purchase necessary, which is needed. Where you have to you have to mail this thing to get a chance to do a non-purchasable thing, right?
Right.
So let's see where this becomes illegal.
Defines a lottery as containing three elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any Mr. Beast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money.
We gotta remember this, Liz, if we ever get into a lottery, you gotta remember that these are the law, basically, like an actual law.
On August 2nd, 2020, Mr. Beast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we got to give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3,000 in their order. In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a
What are your thoughts? And
it feels like it's very generated. Very yeah. They're just kind of willy-nilly, but how do you know those names are not, people they know, and they change the location?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like it's a way to allegedly just pull people to buy, right? Because you you have a chance to just buy one shirt and a chance to win $2,000. You would buy at least a shirt, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because once again, going back to what he said earlier, because you have that trust in him that he does it.
Yeah.
So
no kidding. and it didn't have always. Well, yeah, you had the trusted buy. I hate this. Every time I feel like my stomach just gets worse and turning itself, and it's like, I don't like this idea.
Because before, if I was saying, hey Liz, let's buy a few shirts, we have a chance to win. Would you have bought a shirt with me back then? Like,
yeah, probably.
Like, yeah, like it would have been one shirt. We have 2 chances to win during that period of time. Maybe $5,000. Like, oh, if we didn't, well, it sucks. We get a shirt and we're supporting him. And then you never know. But it's that thing where it's like we trusted him to do that. That's where it's getting to that thing. And it's like then running these small illegal lotteries multiple times to just garner people to keep buying. I think that's where it gets like,
6-hour live stream.
6
they took
hours
it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page.
Actually, at the time of this recording, that Facebook live stream got scrubbed off Facebook.
Yeah. Good to know.
And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah. So, all right. So the newest order in 30 seconds, we are going to put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay.
Oh, Stephen K. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway.
Well, what are your thoughts going through this?
That's pretty shitty. If I was paying attention, I'd be like, wait, he just said 5 minutes, and now it's not even 5 minutes. It's 30 seconds later.
They just want to talk about how Steven made a profit.
Steven's a handsome name.
So he actually walked away with some money.
We're proud of you, Steven.
I counted 13 of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Okay, so we're going to put 2 iPhones in this piñata, and we're going to give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes? 5 minutes. Buy a limited edition shirt or hoodie, and we're going to pick a random one in 10 minutes and give them $2,000.
Have we done iPhones yet?
Yeah, oh,
we did one.
Oh, wait. Hey, Daryl, first, actually, before we do that, we never picked the piñata.
So these clearly fit the definition of an illegal lottery.
I'll be honest. I think I actually do have a 40. I got to look. I know I have a $40 million shirt somewhere.
So you're guaranteed some prize money too.
Well, I don't know. Guaranteed is
out of context. No one ever said no purchase necessary. There's nothing in the description or on the website. At one point, Mr. Beast is informed that they ran out of PlayStations, and he says, "Are we trying to not sell merch?"
Our city is sold out of PlayStations. We don't have any. We have to give away. Are we trying to not sell merch?
So he clearly knows that they're making more money by running these illegal lotteries. Another shady thing he did was constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy over there doing the numbers is like, stop, please. It's like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make money. I'm like, oh, I know we're not gonna make money. What are we doing, guys? We're gonna check after the stream and it's gonna be like,
oh no, what a waste.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there is just
okay. But at the end of the day, they are running a business. I'm not going to deny that. Right?
Shady, but yes.
It's shady, but yes. Illegal, potentially. Allegedly. But, that's for the court to decide. Like, but these are the evidence that's being presented to us. We'll keep an eye and give our opinions, right? Our thoughts and feelings. But that's just this is just a peak of the tip of the iceberg. So we're gonna actually continue this in the bonus episode because it gets a little bit more wilder. But
oh god.
So yeah, everyone just give us 1 second. So yeah, it's what are your thoughts? Just kind of the beginnings of this.
Man, damn it! It's too good to be true.
Remember, this guy is the guy. This is the guy that potentially could have been who a couple of weeks before wanted to run to be president, and I would have been I would have been fine with that. Like,
yeah, right. Oh god. He's a shady business person. He belongs in the shady business of being a president. It's good. It works. It works.
So yeah, it can now. It fits now. It fits. He can now. He's more prepared to be a president now. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna continue the story in the bonus episodes and with so much more of the darker side of the stuff that's been popping up. But yeah, we'll just kind of. What are your final thoughts for this initial thing, and we'll continue on this.
It's kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. It's disappointing.
Like give your
somebody who I thought it was a good person wasn't.
I think that's fair to say. It's like it's one of those things where people will say it's like you don't know him though. Like you don't know him personally. Like true, but it's when you present yourself to your your audience. And this is going back to what we were talking about before about the creators, you present yourself in a sense, and it is to every individual to have their, to give their assessment of the person you're viewing. Like, it could be someone online or even your friends. But when you find out that the person you've been watching or someone turns out to be like, no, they're a good individual. They're good. You find out they're like a horrible individual. It just hurts. It's just, and more so when they're getting defended by, right? And with right now, what's happening, it's disappointing. We'll see what more evidence is out there. Because it's disappointing to say the least. Now, my question here for you, Liz, before we get deeper into this, do you think this is going to be the fall of Mr. Beast, or do you think this is nothing's going to change?
I don't think anything's going to change.
Interesting. Okay, that's a strong statement.
Criminals get away with criminal shit, so.
That's true, and he's a multi.
Yeah, it'll be like that bicyclist for 40 years, getting away with it.
Room. All right, then, everyone. Thank you again for listening or watching. We'll be continuing this in the bonus episodes with some more of the heavier topics that are going to pop up. So thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.
I'm too good to be true. Coming down in shambles, literally. It's kind of funny how I don't want to say it, but it's
say it. Just say it. Just say it.
About it is Ava John.
Chris Tyson. Ava Chris Tyson.
Ava Chris Tyson literally was the start of the tear into the streets.
Anything old after 93 can't cook. All they know is McDonald's charge their phony hot chip and lie. But amidst the chaos, we'll find a way to hook onto hope and truth under the wild